What if I told you that the nature of quantum connections elevates the paradigm substrate? Did I just blow your mind? No, I'm just blowing smoke up your... Hey guys, Julia here for DNews. Have you ever heard something that sounds too good to be true? I mean, it's not your fault. According to some studies, we're basically wired for believing anything we hear or see. To understand something, we first have to accept it, even if it's not true. And it takes more brain power to overcome this bias. And science is no exception to stretching the truth, and 2 recent papers showed why some people fall for BS and how you can spot it before you fall for it. Science is obsessed with the pursuit of truth, but sometimes people will fudge the truth a little bit to get ahead, even scientists. Some scientists will exaggerate or straight up make up data to support their claims, and people point to the stressful nature of a publish or perish culture for it. Basically, researchers face fierce competition to get a study published in a highly respected journal just to get funding for further research. If they don't, they're toast. Some scientists are starting to believe that there's a real problem with fudging the truth in science. A recent study published in the journal Nature found that the problem is actually getting worse. The researchers found a 10-fold rise in a decade of the number of retractions from fraudulent papers. Recently, researchers from Stanford University took a systematic approach to the problem. They wanted to see how to spot a fake paper. So they studied over 250 papers that were retracted because of fraudulent data to find out what they had in common. They found that these fake papers tended to have higher levels of linguistic obfuscation, including lower readability and higher rates of jargon than unretracted and non-fraudulent papers. Basically, the authors intentionally made their papers difficult to read and full of sciencey sounding buzzwords. Anything to distract from the fact that their data is riddled with errors and intentionally misleading conclusions. So something to keep in mind the next time you're reading up on our science. I mean, even if you don't read scientific journals every day, I'm sure you've come across plenty of BS in your daily life. Some people will use scientific sounding words to peddle their own brand of profound insight. Bullshit is everywhere, so I think we need to know more about it. Actual quote from PhD candidate in psychology at the University of Waterloo in Canada, a guy named Gord Pennycook. He was referencing his latest study titled On the Reception and Detection of Pseudo-Profound Bullshit, published in the journal Judgment and Decision Making. Seriously, the guy said bullshit 200 times in his study. In his study, he found that certain kinds of people were more likely to find BS quotes to be profound. First of all, he separated the difference between BS and nonsense. Like, think of the most nonsense sentence made up of buzzwords like quantum, paradigm, substrate, nature, connections. That's just nonsense, but if you move those words around and retain syntactic structure, you get something like, the nature of quantum connections elevates the paradigm substrate. Sounds profound, right? I just chose those words at random and put them together. And these kind of statements are, according to Pennycook, designed to impress rather than inform. And boy, do we fall for them hook, line, and sinker. And this is what that study was all about, trying to root out those seemingly impressive but meaningless statements and identifying who would fall for them. While we might all be predisposed to believe what we read or hear, some people are more gullible than others, according to Pennycook. The study found that people who are less analytical, less intelligent, higher in religious belief, and higher in what's called ontological confusion tend to fall for these kinds of statements more than others. I mean, while it's an interesting study, I don't know how much I'd trust somebody who says bull 200 times in an academic paper. So it seems some people are just more likely to fall for stuff, but it's not destiny. You can learn to spot pseudoscience and other BS. If something sounds too good to be true, is very vague, or filled with a bunch of jargon you don't understand, well, it probably isn't very true. Or conversely, if you want to impress people at your next party, just say a bunch of things that sound profound but don't mean anything. Throw in some jargon in there and no one will question you. Unless they watch this other video where Tara breaks down some of the verbal and nonverbal cues that give away a liar.
Now, you've probably heard that liars tend to avoid eye contact, but did you know that dilated pupils can also be a sign? These are caused by increased tension and concentration, typically experienced when someone is lying.
Alright guys, so do you think this BS study is just BS? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons and keep coming back here to DNews so you don't miss a single episode.